Hello YouTube, here is self-proclaimed Cookie RC with another video updating you on, if you've watched my other videos, the project that I have going on with the WLTOYS 144001 full metal upgrade and pretty much all around upgrade. I've pretty much built a brand new car. So having said that, today's video is a little bit about what to do with your additional parts if you so choose to do so. Reminder that this is a hobby. So decided to get a 144001. I got it for Christmas and went crazy spending money on it and installing new parts on it. Now, could have I bought a LC Racing version of it and not have to spend any additional money? Yes, I could have, but that's not the point. The point is taking something and making it better with your touch of love. So going on, I have upgraded this as you have seen in my previous videos, and if you haven't, then here is what it looks like. I have done full metal on it, and of course everything that you see here came with the kit except for a couple of key components. The motor mount didn't come with it. The differential gears and differentials that are in here, which are the upgraded metal ones, did not come with it. The kit. What else did not come with it? The clutch right here. The steering assembly did not come with it. I had to purchase that separately as well. And I believe the wing mount didn't come with it. And if I am not mistaken, those are all the components that did not come with the kit. And of course the bumper, which is custom made. I did not make a video on this, but it's a custom made bumper that I personally made with Kydex, and it actually looks pretty cool. Of course the tires didn't come with it, and I bought new nuts for the car and had some on hand M3 washers that I used with the nuts that I purchased. They came in a 10-pack and they actually match the color scheme of what I'm doing with this vehicle. Okay, so that is all the components that did not come with it. Everything else that you see, swing arms, everything I'll show you here in a second, came with the kit that I purchased. So the question is, what are you going to do with all the additional component parts that now you're going to have left over? And this is what I did. Okay, so that's the kit that I purchased, and I think I got it from AliExpress. That is all the components that comes with the metal upgrade kit, to include, and I guess I will point them out, is the swing arms, front and rear, the seat carrier for the front, the rear hub carriers, the part that goes with this. These two go together. It came with the shock mounts, the second floor tower where you put your ESC and stuff. It came with the drive shaft disassembled with all the components that go on the drive shaft, including the bearings and everything, and the gears that go into the differentials. It also came with the rear dog bones, the hub assembly, which are these two little items right here, for the dog bones on the go to the wheel. It came with all the link rods. It came with the hex metal upgraded nuts for the wheels, and it came with a 4-pack of shocks, which are pretty much standard as the originals were, but it was just kind of cool that it matches the color. Oh, and it also came with the parts to replace the steering assembly. Now, it doesn't come with the hubs, and it doesn't come with the shafts that you attach it to, so you're going to have to reuse your stock ones. And what I'm talking about, for those of y'all who don't know or haven't messed with it, is the internal components of that. That did not come with it. So you have to keep it mounted on the chassis and just slide over, take off the plastic ones and slide over the ones that you purchased. If you do decide to go with the metal linkage assembly, that's optional. You don't have to do that, but I did. So the question was, what do you do with all the extra components? Well, in addition to that, I also purchased brushless ESC and motor mount and servo, because if you go brushless, you have to upgrade the servo as well, because the stock servo is a 5-wire servo, which will not fit in this configuration. So you have to get an additional servo, motor. I decided to go with the extra motor mount, and of course it did come, something that I didn't mention, the kit that I purchased came with a 27 tooth upgraded metal pinion and the metal spur gear as well, as you can see in the picture right there. And other custom work that I did to obviously you have to have a receiver and a transmitter to make it work, and I custom built some plastic pieces that attach to the second floor to do my metal magnetic body mounts, and I got an additional wing and that body that I have custom painted myself. Not too shabby for my first try. But anyways, going back to the original intent is, what do you do with all the additional components? Well, since you have already pretty much stripped down the car, and you're gonna have all of this left over. Here's a good view of all the components that you're gonna have left over. All right, so what I decided to do is that I'm going to build another car. This is gonna be my speed run. This is gonna be my bash for my everyday use on the dirt road, in the yard, whatever. That's gonna be my bashing unit. So what did I have left over? I had obviously my stock wheels. I had the steering plastic piece assembly, which I'll tell you what, that's what I had left over. I had my motor, my stock pinion for the motor, the electronic ESC, the 2-in-1 transmitter, receiver and ESC, my 5-wire servo, all the link rods, the 2 rear dog bones, the second floor where you put your ESC, including the mounts. As you saw, I had different mounts on the other one. You're going to have left over your stock spur gear, your motor mount if you're able to take off the pinion and remove it from the chassis, your wheel bearings that go inside of your hubs. They're all going to be left over because the metal upgrade kit comes with them. You're going to have your front and rear swing arms and all the hardware that goes in the hubs. And you're going to have left over your battery mounts in the case that you decide, because I'm going 3S with the speed run, so I'm not going to use these motor mounts. I'm going to custom build something to fit my batteries. You're going to have left over your original wheel nuts. You're going to have left over your servo mount, which I also purchased a servo mount for the other car and in the metal upgrade version. You're going to have left over your pins, your hub assembly bushings, your hex plastic nuts, your C-hubs that go on the front end, your battery strap, your original battery strap for 2S batteries. You're going to have your body. You're going to have your shocks, your shock towers, your whole drive shaft assembly. And because I purchased the metal motor mount, you're going to have left over your motor mount. And because I purchased the metal upgraded differentials and differential cases, then you're going to have that left over as well. You're going to have your front bumper left over. And you're going to have left over your rear shock mount as well. your stock controller, and that is about all the parts. Oh, and all the shafts that go into your front and rear end swing arms. Now, what do you need to purchase in the case that you decide to go with, like me, I'm just building another basher? You're going to need to purchase, there are going to be some things that you have to buy. If you did like me and upgraded everything to metal, you're going to have to buy an additional chassis, which is around $10. You're going to have to buy 2 front end drive shafts, which mine came in already, and I already have the chassis. You're going to have to also purchase the front and rear swing arm carriers, I call them, or bushings, where these go into. Where those go into, they go into here in the rear and the front. And you're also going to have to purchase the steering columns, which are the metal shafts that go onto the chassis to hold the steering assembly. And you're also going to need to purchase the metal, let me see if I can point it out for you, the front and rear for this part right here, so you can install your front and rear hub carriers in the front and in the back. Okay, those are the parts. Oh, and the side guards. If you decide to buy the side guards, or you don't have to, but if you decide to buy the side guards, the plastic side guards, you're going to need to purchase those. So there's a kind of a view of the things that you actually need to purchase. And the chassis, the 2 front drive shafts, front rear swing arm carriers, the steering clutch assembly, which is this assembly right here, because it's more expensive to buy the inner hubs and the little arm that goes with it. So you might as well just buy a whole steering clutch assembly, which is, it runs for around $10. Steering columns, which are the towers that the steering clutch assembly goes onto, and then the plastic chassis protectors, which is what we were just talking about a minute ago. All in all, you'll end up spending $36, give or take $37, and you will have another 144001, just all stock. Now, things that are highly recommended to purchase since you're going to build another car is these bushings right here. These are bearings. They're the MK742RS bearings in black. It's the ones I got. They're completely sealed. And those bearings are pretty much these bearings. Those are the inner and outer hub bearings. And you can use those, but you're going to have the wheel wobble. If you look wheel wobble, you'll know what I'm talking about on YouTube. So what do? You have 2 options. You can either, to fix the wheel wobble right off the bat while you're building. So you can use these bearings, which are the M74s, ABIC 3 bearings. There's the, crap, this keeps refocusing. MR74 2RS. Those are the ones that you need. Now, you can fix it with 4 millimeter washers. You can take care of the wheel wobble with that, but I decided to go with the bearings, which is a lot better fix. Now, optional things that I had, that was on the optional side. Another optional thing, or actually almost a must-have, is this kit right here. This kit has every single piece of hardware that this car uses, and including nuts, screws, and machine screws, and screws that go into plastic, swing arm, and a hex nut, shafts. It comes with a little screwdriver. It has everything that you could possibly need to hardware-wise, and I highly recommend it because I have used a lot of hardware out of it. So that hardware kit can run for about $9, give or take, depending on where you buy it. So after everything is said and done, if you go like me and you go full metal, including mounts and differentials and everything else, pretty much build a car from the ground up, then you're going to have left over everything that was originally with the car, which you can use as spare parts, if you decide to go away from metal, or you can do like me and build another car. By the time that I have spent all the money on that one and I had all these parts left over with an additional $36.84 by my estimate from where I bought my parts, then you will have yourself another car. Well, it's not assembled yet because I have parts that have not come in yet. So it's just sitting there. But all in all, that is an idea if you so wish to do something like what I have done and build yourself another car so you can have a speed run 144001 and a guarding bashing 144001. Thanks for watching. Please leave your comments.